Another Friday full of football. Welcome to the KELOLAND Sports Zone. I'm Travis Fossing alongside Bailey Millen.
Tonight we'll spotlight 9 games, including 4 top 5 matchups, but we begin at McEnany Field.
O'Gorman began its run at number 1 against Huron. Opening quarter, the Knights grabbed the lead as Zach Norton fakes the pitch, spins, and connects with Andrew Pujado on the 6-yard touchdown pass. O'Gorman leads 7-0 after 1. Second quarter, Huron is in prime position to pull even, but Jet McGurr rolls left and is intercepted by Jacob Bird, who makes the impressive catch. A few plays later, the Knights botched the punt, which resulted in a safety for Huron, but OG responds with a score as Norton hits Canyon Bauer, who slips one tackle and goes 28 yards down the sideline for the touchdown. O'Gorman leads 14-2. Late in the first half, the home team adds another 6 as Norton goes back to Bauer up top, and he hauls in the 14-yard touchdown pass. 21-2 Knights, and O'Gorman picks up a 41-9 win against Huron. Another 11 AAA contest pitting Lincoln against Rapid City Stevens. Opening quarter, the Patriots hang 6 points on the board. Tommy Thompson connects with Nolan Ransom on the 6-yard touchdown pass at the PAT, and Lincoln leads 7-0. Possession later, facing 3rd and 18, the Patriots convert. Thompson throws a wobbler to Ransom, who makes the catch and is tackled at the 1-yard line. A few plays later, Thompson caps a drive with a 1-yard touchdown run. Sophomore quarterback is pumped. Lincoln leads 14-0. Second quarter, the Patriots make it 3 for 3 as Thompson hits Zach Hansen. Senior goes 35 yards untouched for the score. Hansen had 7 catches, 107 yards. Lincoln leads by 21. Late in the first half, Stevens on the move, but quarterback Colton Hartford intercepted by Peyton Hughes. Rapid City did add a field goal before halftime, and Lincoln earns a 31-20 victory over the Raiders.
A pair of 3-3 teams met in Harrisburg as the Tigers hosted Brookings. We pick it up in the second quarter. Bobcats quarterback Jacob Schoen tries to find Rhett Zielinski, but the pass is intercepted by Cade Boyer, and he's heading the other direction. On their next possession, the Bobcats fumble the punt, and a swarm of Tigers are there. Harrisburg sets up shop in Brookings territory. Harrisburg's Jack Tigan then drops back and lasers one over the middle, intended for Michael Hybertson, but it's picked off. Logan Bowes makes the touchdown-saving grab as the Bobcats take over. The Tigers get it back, and Tigan tries to hand off, but they lose the ball, and Brookings recovers. From there, the Tigers are able to get the ball near the goal line, where Schultz breaks through and into the end zone. Brookings leads 7-0 late in the game, but the Tigers answer back to win 14-7 late in the game.
Not seen here, but a big upset out west. Rapid City Central knocking off Roosevelt 19-18 tonight. We'll have highlights from a pair of top 5 matchups in Class 11A coming up next. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KELOLAND Sports Zone.
T-Area has opened the season with 6 straight wins, including last Friday's 56-6 rout at Del Rapids. Tonight, the second-ranked Titans hosted 3-time defending 11A champion Madison. Second quarter, T-Area snaps a scoreless tie as Luke Elkins busts into the end zone, and the Titans lead 7-0 into halftime. Third quarter, Madison hangs 3 points on the board. Trey Smith kicks a 38-yard field goal. T-Area continues to lead 7-3. Ahead to the fourth quarter, the reigning champs grab the lead. Tyler Tappy rolls right and hits Caleb Riley, who gets into the end zone for the touchdown. 10-7 Bulldogs. Final minute of play, T-Area chance to tie, but Cade Stearns comes up just short on a 45-yard field goal attempt, and Madison outlasts T-Area 10-7.
Another top 5 showdown pitting West Central against top-ranked Dakota Valley. After trailing 22-7 at the half, the Trojans come back with vengeance. Quarterback Brock Haldeman keeps the ball and gets a push into the end zone for the short touchdown run as West Central cuts into the lead down 22-14. In the fourth, the home team's threatening again, and this time Clayton Hanisch gets the rock. He spins out of one tackle and dives across the goal line to pull the Trojans within 2 with under 10 minutes to play. The Panthers find some life on offense. Sam Chesterman finds a hole and sprints forward nearly 20 yards to set Dakota Valley up 1st and goal. On 3rd and goal, quarterback Nate Rice rewards Chesterman for his efforts as the two connect for the touchdown. Dakota Valley takes a 29-22 lead as the Panthers hold off West Central 29-27. A Class 11B matchup featuring Tri-Valley and 4th-ranked Sioux Falls Christian. The Mustangs are forced to punt, but Silas Hoffman is there for the block, and Dylan Goldberson jumps on top of it to set Sioux Falls Christian up in Tri-Valley territory. The Chargers hand off to Clay Vinson, and he gets around the edge, goes down the sideline, and finally in for the touchdown as Sioux Falls Christian takes a quick 6-0 lead. Next SFC possession, the Chargers are threatening again. This time Parker Nelson gets the ball. He goes to the right, picks up a block, and is in easy for the score. The Chargers lead Tri-Valley 12-zip. Then just before the end of the quarter, Dawson Mulder keeps it himself and goes up the gut for 6. Sioux Falls Christian led 19-0 after 1 en route to a 38-0 win.
We'll have highlights from Woolsey, Lenox, and Inwood, Iowa next. We'll be right back.
You're watching the KELOLAND Sports Zone. Go Chargers! Watching KELOLAND Sports Zone.
Gregory has won back-to-back Class 9AA championships, but Woolsey-Wessington is the current #1, outscoring its last 5 foes by a combined total of 263-28. Tonight, the top-ranked Warbirds and #3 Gorillas clashed in Woolsey. Late in the first quarter of a scoreless game, Gregory's Caleb Stukel rounds a corner on the jet sweep and bobs and weaves his way through the Warbird defense, 55 yards for the touchdown. At the PAT, and the Gorillas lead 7-0. Second quarter, Gregory is back on the move, but Grant Thomas has his pass picked off by Lyndon Williams, who heads the other way. He cuts all the way across the field, makes a man miss, and wins the foot race to the end zone for the touchdown. Warbirds tack on a 2-point conversion. It's 8-7. Later, Woolsey-Wessington has the ball on the Gorillas 12 and gives to Devontae Llewellyn, who takes it between the tackles, 12 yards for the touchdown, 14-7 at the half. Third quarter, Gregory has the ball in Warbird territory. Thomas finds Stukel in stride. 17 takes it 33 yards, his second touchdown. Extra point blocked, 14-13 Warbirds. Back comes Woolsey-Wessington. Skylar Zomer airs it out for Williams, who slips behind the D. It's a 75-yard pitch and catch, and the Warbirds extend their lead to 20-13. Fourth quarter, seeking some insurance, Woolsey-Wessington turns to Williams, who takes a direct snap, follows his blockers outside, and he's gone. 55 yards to pay dirt. Williams had 4 touchdowns on the game, and top-ranked Woolsey-Wessington beats Gregory 34-13. An 11-man matchup pitting Lenox against 11B #1 Canton. On the Orioles' opening possession, Zach Liesinger hits Brock Anderson on a quick out route, and 14 makes the most of the play. Anderson tiptoes down the sideline and goes 73 yards before he's finally cut down, but Canton held Lenox out of the end zone. It's scoreless after 1. Second quarter, the Seahawks crack the scoreboard. Scott Peterson to Caden Verley in the flat 9, absorbs 1 hit, gets in the clear and goes 52 yards for the touchdown. At the PAT, and it's 7-0. More from the visiting Seahawks. Peterson gives to Shaden Scheit, who slips 2 arm tackles and motors 49 yards for the touchdown. Canton leads 14-0 at halftime and stays perfect on the season with a 35-18 win over Lenox.
Across the border in Iowa, West Lyon met West Sioux. Things did not start well for West Lyon. On the opening kickoff, Gavin Lorenzen tries to get around the left edge, but has the ball knocked loose, and it's recovered by West Sioux's Austin Wilbert. On West Sioux's second play of the game, Hunter Deckers hits Cade Lynott on the swing pass, who breaks 1 tackle and gets into the end zone for the first score of the game. It's 7-0 Falcons. West Sioux's defense also dominating. West Lyon quarterback Jalen Gramstead drops back and is swarmed by a flock of Falcons. West Sioux still leads 7-0. Later in the first, West Sioux with the ball. Hunter Deckers hits a cutting Chase Koopmans, who makes an amazing one-handed catch for the touchdown. West Sioux's up 14-0 and has no problem with West Lyon tonight. West Sioux wins 41-14.
Time to hand out our weekly award, the Touchstone Energy Player of the Week. This week's recipient is Lincoln quarterback Tommy Thompson. Patriots sophomore threw for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for another TD in the Pats' 31-20 win against Rapid City Stevens. Player of the Week is brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy cooperatives. Together, we are re-energizing rural. The weekend sports schedule and hits and helmets next. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the KELOLAND Sports Zone. Looking ahead to another busy weekend on the college gridiron. It starts with Augustana and number 7 Minnesota Duluth tomorrow at 1 at Kirkby Over Stadium. South Dakota takes on Missouri State 2 o'clock. It's Dakota Days down in Vermilion as USD looks to stay hot against Missouri State. SMSU hosting Minnesota Crookston at 5 o'clock. And SDSU ranked 4th in the country after falling to NDSU, taking on Indiana State in Brookings. Kickoff there is 6 o'clock. Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Reach your more. Pick 6 is your opportunity to send your game day photos to YouShare at KELOLAND.com. On the sidelines with Gregory in that opening shot as they lost to Woolsey-Wessington. Couple of picks from the Chester area Howard matchup there. Also some action. People on the sidelines on the track over at Inwood as Westline taking on West Sioux. Send your game day photos to YouShare at KELOLAND.com.
It's time to honor tonight's top plays and playmakers with another edition of Hits and Helmets.
Hits and Helmets is brought to you by Avera Orthopedics. Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region. Avera Orthopedics. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.
Behind the line of scrimmage.